We're back in the kitchen again, and this time we're going to be working in conjunction with this book, Cookfulness by Ian Taverner. Now, this is a really great book that is specifically designed for those of us who have physical or mental conditions. The idea of it is to inspire, to build self-esteem, and to help you discover or rediscover the joys of cooking. Some of the great things that I particularly like about this book is that each recipe comes with a difficulty star rating from 1 to 5, so you can see just how much you want to be tested with each recipe. It clearly states the cooking time and the preparation times, realistic preparation times, so that you don't feel like you've got to do everything in 5 minutes like it seems to suggest in a lot of other cookery books. You obviously have your ingredients, the methods, very clearly, very simply laid out, as well as a list of exactly which items in the kitchen you're going to need for each recipe, which is really handy for me particularly, as I'm always forgetting things. It comes with a list of handy hints and tips of ways you can change the recipe slightly, alter up a bit. This is a gluten-free cookbook, although obviously you can exchange things for regular ingredients if you're not gluten-free. It's a great cookbook where it's got everything from things like soups and smoothies to main courses and desserts. So today I've decided to go for spaghetti bolognese, which we're going to go with using these ingredients here and this selection of Active Hands aids. So let's go. So the first thing we need to do is chop this onion, and to do that we're going to use this food preparation board, which is a really handy versatile piece of kit that has a little compartment in it here that contains graters, a collection dish, and also, when we flip it over, some spikes to hold our food in place with. So you get the onion, we push it on the spikes just like that. It's now not going to move, and this makes it perfectly stable for us to do our chopping. To do that, I'm going to be using this right-angled all-purpose knife incorporated with the Active Hands General Purpose Gripping Aid. So when we're done chopping our onion, it's time to move on to the next stage. Next on the agenda is peeling and dicing a couple of carrots. And to do that, we're once again going to use our food preparation board with the carrot firmly attached to the spikes. And to peel it, we're going to use this, which is the palm peeler. Next up is 1 tablespoon of chopped garlic, which I'm going to guesstimate is equivalent to this amount. Now, to chop the garlic, we are going to use this garlic zoom. In order to get into them, we're going to have to open up this ring pull, which can be quite tricky. Now, some tins don't come with ring pulls, and if that's the case, we would use this one-touch automatic opener. Luckily though, this one does, and so we're going to use this 5-in-1 opener instead. Now, to pop open the ring pull to start, we use the little access slot here. We put it over the ring and we tilt it up like so. Then once it's up, we take this hook area, we place it over the ring pull like so, and then give it a little tilt, and voila, we're in. So we've added some oil into a large pan, or a wok in this instance, and now we're going to add the onion and the carrots. Now, I often find that it's a lot easier to, when pouring in large amounts of something so you don't spill them, because obviously my hands aren't great, is to put them into a measuring jug like so. That way we can simply lift them up like that and pour them in. So that's the carrot and the onion in. We're now going to leave that to fry for 5 to 10 minutes. So with the carrots and onions now sizzling away, it's time to get into our pack of beef mince. Now the recipe suggests using the healthiest, leanest possible type of beef, and I would agree. So I've got the 5% fat here. And in order to open up this packaging, what we're going to use is this nimble, which we slide onto a finger like so, and then this tiny little blade in the top will allow us to cut along the plastic cellophane very quickly, very easily, and just like that, we're into the mince. So once the carrots and the onions have had 5 to 10 minutes, we're going to add the mince, which we need to break up and brown. So just plop that in like so. And then, in order to break up and brown it, we are going to use this small item gripping aid. We slip it over our hands like so. We use the Velcro and the loops to attach it. And then we've already preloaded our spoon into the palm pad here. And then we just Velcro it to the aid like that, and we're then able to grip the pan handle using our anti-slip tape here and stir the mince, breaking it up and browning it for, well, until the juices run clear, it says. Time to reduce the heat and add the garlic and the ginger. So with that in, we then give that a good stir. Now 2 tablespoons are equal to, I think, 2.5 teaspoons, and this teaspoon is what I'm going to use here. This is a looped teaspoon, which we slide over 2 of our fingers like so. Now these loops are adjustable, so you can squeeze them, you can push them in a bit, and that will make sure that the aid stays on more firmly, so it's not going to come off now. And then we get the Worcester sauce. We're now going to add 1 tablespoon of tomato puree. Now, to make this easier, rather than measuring out a tablespoon, I'm just going to give it a good old squirt. So, hover over your pan, give it a good squirt in. Feels like a tablespoon to me. Spaghetti done and the Bolognese all cooked, it's time to dish up. You have enough here for 4 to 6 portions. So it's plenty for if you've got guests around, or if not, just pop it in some containers and stick it in the freezer. Oh, looks good. So here we are, a healthy spaghetti bolognese cooked using a bunch of Active Hands aids along with this great Cookfulness book. This also actually includes a garlic bread recipe which I may be tempted to use next time with this. So I'm going to pop on a little bit of Parmesan cheese, maybe a little bit more. And then it's time to give it the all-important taste test. Tell you what, that cinnamon's a winner.